So, can pets see deceased pets around them? Do they reincarnate? Do they see ghosts? These are some of the questions that I found most interesting about learning how to work with and communicate with animals. As to whether they reincarnate, absolutely. I've seen evidence in my Reiki work, and I've seen evidence in my own life. The very brief story is that I'd had a cat growing up that was extremely attached to me named Caleb. He and I were best buds. Flash forward decades, and a cat that I got in about the year 2010-ish, perhaps earlier, was being very silly in the bathtub one day. She liked to sort of scratch her claws on the side of the bathtub, as if she were scratching on a scratching post, and just being really goofy. The only other cat that I'd ever seen do that in all my years of being a pet parent and a pet sister was Caleb, who had been dead for decades by that time. In my mind, silently, I asked the current kitty, Millie, "Were you Caleb in a former life? If you were, stop doing that and get out of the bathtub." She stopped immediately, turned around, and jumped out of the bathtub. Well, I took that as a yes. There have been a lot of instances also of pets seeing the deceased around them. I've had instances doing a Reiki session where one of their deceased siblings would come to visit and help. I know I've seen incredible, amazing, beautiful videos that make me cry on Facebook, on YouTube, and so forth. One of my favorites that I just saw last week for the first time, although I don't think it's new, was a picture of a cat on the back of a couch, reaching up, like just up above her head, reaching up and very obviously rubbing her face on something and tapping. And the pet parent said this was the day after they had had to put their beloved dog to sleep. And the dog and this kitty were best buds. And you could see there was absolutely no fake video or no tweaks to it at all. This was completely legitimate. And it made me tear up because of the beauty. This cat could still see and play with her doggy best friend. There are loads of those situations. I've posted videos myself on my Facebook page of horses doing healing work because they totally sensed the energy of the human that they were to work with. I used to have a friend who discovered one day her cat would frequently come over and sit at her feet when my friend was on the couch, look over my friend's head at the wall, and hiss. And there was nothing there that she could see. There were no pictures, there were no lights, there was nothing changed. And my friend got a little upset by that, considering what else might be in the house. I have no doubt, because of the close connection of animals with the earth, with energy, and with that more subtle spirit that we don't perceive regularly because we have all this stuff going on, they absolutely do have a sixth sense, perhaps more than just six. So if you ever think your pet is acting a little odd and it could be something visiting, I wouldn't doubt it a bit. Check it out.